I am here in sunny but frigid Hawthorne, New Jersey to check out my nephew's 2016 Mustang that some jackass hit in a parking lot and left. They cracked the bumper. Let's see if I can be able to see this. You can see the line right here. Scratched it all up. They also, really weird, I'm not gonna be able to see it, but they've actually left imprints of their license number. So that is that's definitely a point of interest. We'll have to see, what we could do, if anything, to get that license plate number. What a great ending to that story that would make, to actually nail them, have them pay for the damage that they did. Anyway, I'm going to ask my nephew about it. So tell me the story. Tell me how you think it happened. Tell me how you discovered it.
So I think it happened at work, if anything. I don't know what day it happened. It snowed here like 3 days ago, I think. And I didn't bring the car to work. I brought the SUV over there. And I covered the car. It was like 7 o'clock at night, so it was dark. I couldn't see anything. So I covered the car. And then the next morning, I was taking it off. I take it off the front. I saw the crack. I was like, oh, what the heck is this?
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
So,
and you take good care of this car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're out there polishing it all. I mean,
right now it's not
filtered.
a good example.
Yeah, no, it's not. But again, like you said, Tuesday we had snow, so this is only a couple days. It's 30
degrees right now.
It's cold.
Yeah,
it is cold out.
But yeah, wash it every week when I can, wax it and everything. And
so now you find a crack in the bumper.
Yep.
And you have deductible from your car insurance.
Yeah.
So it's going to cost you right off the bat, what, like
$500.
$500. Yep. So what's the options for the bumper? What are you thinking about?
So I was doing some eBay research, and the insurance is not going to happen. I'm not going to pay them that.
I wouldn't either.
It's ridiculous. So it's either I buy a new front end or front bumper on eBay, like a replacement stock one's like $250, or I can get like an aftermarket Roush one, or
I would absolutely go for the Roush.
That would be around the same price as the insurance deductible, so that's an option as well.
But that's still within the realm of reason.
Right. And the other option is go to a body shop and try to get it fixed, but my father actually went to one yesterday that he brought his Jeep to, and they said you're better off getting a front end, because he showed him the picture and everything. He says that's not going to be easy to fix. So,
yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is repairable.
No. So.
But even if they repaired it, you're looking at a couple $100 in labor fees.
Yeah, and
so it's not that far off.
And it probably won't even look right.
Yeah, that is a shame. All right, let's get beyond that. That's the ugliness of the car.
All right.
Tell me about the car.
So, it's
like how did you get it? Why did you get it?
I've always liked Mustangs.
I don't blame you.
And I saw this one come out in 2015 when it came out, and I really liked it. So, I got a job, started working, and this is a 2017 EcoBoost Premium. I picked it up in last August, I think, the end of last August. And actually it was supposed to be a 16, but the guy was delivering it from, I think, Long Island, from the dealership, and he accidentally brought up a 17, so they just gave me the 17.
Yeah, I always thought you had a 16.
Yeah, no.
Alright, even better. Now, what have you got done to it?
So far I just blacked out the front emblem on the grille.
Okay.
I got the rims plasti dipped and painted over.
Okay.
Black. And the folding license plate in the front.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
Things like that.
I'm gonna grab a couple of still shots of that quick. So now you lease this car, correct?
Yep.
Now, do you plan on buying out the lease? Is that an option?
I do plan on buying a police, yeah, definitely.
All right, so what else would you like to do to it that you normally couldn't if you leased it?
First, some exterior modifications.
Okay.
Probably a new spoiler, the side window louvers.
Yeah, they look good.
New exhaust.
Okay.
Different grill. Maybe a hood attachment that Roush came out with.
Yeah, I like that. I was looking at that for mine.
Tint the back. And then as far as other modifications, probably a tune. And I think that's about it.
You know, this is a an EcoBoost turbo.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll tell you just from experience, once you get that tune done and you can hear the whistle of that turbo, that is probably one of the most addictive things. Your dad's car, your dad has the Evo 8.
He has the same engine.
Now, can you hear the turbo on that car?
It's much louder, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so you could do that to your car.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't take a lot to do it.
No.
I remember I had a GMC Cyclone, and all I did was change the filter, and I put a conical K&N in it.
Yeah, intake would be another thing, yeah.
And you could hear that, so that's something to consider. That's relatively bang for the buck cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking car. I mean, black has always been one of my favorite colors.
It's just impossible to keep clean.
Yeah, it is, but when it looks good, it looks good. Then you plan on taking it to any car shows or meets or anything, or that's not really something?
Probably after I get everything done to it.
Okay.
Right now it's just a, run-of-the-mill EcoBoost.
Right.
Black on black.
So what's your schedule for doing improvements to it?
As soon as the lease is over.
Oh, so now you're talking 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing, no body modifications, anything before it?
If anything that I can take off, so the louvers or the the hood attachment or the grill.
So what about the front end now? If you went with the Roush front end, what happens with that?
Then I would probably buy other Roush parts for the car.
But I mean, would you do that? I mean, right now you're talking about getting it fixed.
I would probably go for. I want the front end fixed, obviously.
Yes.
But I don't know if I want to do the Roush right away.
No. Okay. I mean, I think that's one of those things. If you plan on buying it, I don't think they're going to say much.
Right.
And that's something, 6 months before the lease is up, you go, you tell them you want to buy it. Sandy and I did that with the Durango, and wound up paying $13,000 under window sticker that way.
Right.
Because people weren't looking to get into Durangos. So I think you might run into that with this, depending on what they do in the next couple of years. They may say the GTs may be more favorable as far as off lease, so they may not even want the car back.
Right.
So if you're going to say, hey, listen, I'll take this, the buyout is 20, I'll give you 16. That's how we got into the Durango with it.
Yeah, I would definitely looking to do that.
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out, and absolutely my heart goes out to you on that damage. That's awful. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, you can clearly see it. It's just a matter of,
deciphering it.
How do you go about getting a clear copy of that, before it gets cleaned off? But this jackass that hit you definitely left his mark. I wish that would show up. I'm going to try and get a still picture of it.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. And I do hope to hear a really good ending to this story.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Small update for my nephew's car that got hit. We went to the local police department and reported the findings of the license plate, and basically there's nothing you could do about that. Their reasoning was, even if you have the plate, you don't know who was driving the car. The suggestion was to try and find out who owns the car and go to their house. So that was what the police department offered as far as help for finding the person that hit the car. So there weren't really much help, but that was the advice that they offered.